What's up, Division 2 agents? Welcome back to the channel. It's The Werewolf Gaming, back in action. Today, agents, this video is a direct follow-up to the previous Aegis Legendary build that I posted a day ago. Everything stayed the same overall, the gear setup and playstyle, with the only change being these class specialization. I just wanted to see if it made any real difference. After testing it out, honestly, it didn't make much of a difference in my opinion. And I'll also do a quick full screen build breakdown in this video just in case you missed it the last time. But it'll be brief since I did do a full piece by piece breakdown that was already covered in the previous video, and I will leave a link in that video description. So with this build, I did recommend use a high base damage weapon. We did use a rifle, which is UIC 15 mod 2. As it's fully maxed out with a weapon expertise of 30%. One reason I enjoy this gun is because the weapon handling, which consists of accuracy, stability, and reload time, is pretty decent, and the talent we did put on this gun is called Strain. You gain 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds you are firing. The stacks up to 5 times, so that's 50% increase in critical hit damage. The mods, when you add max stacks, the mods we do have is 5% critical hit chance mods, plus an extended mag of 15 rounds in the magazine. For the secondary, we did use the Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun. Overall, this gun is amazing for the talent. You will see the weapon handling is pretty horrible on this gun, but the talent is called Sandman. Melee attacks instantly kill non-elite enemies. Does have a cooldown of 15 seconds, so that is basically purple enemies and below. And we did use the quick step pistol for that bonus, which the talent again is called Sport Mode. You get 20% increase in movement speed. It does not stack with any other movement speed bonuses in the game. All right, we are using the Catharsis Mask. It automatically comes with an armor core and that incoming repairs, and it automatically comes with that armor regeneration. We did put the 12% protection from elite mod on this mask. For the talent, it's called Vicious Cycle. Taking damage builds stacks to a cap of 30. Each stack grants 1.5% increase in weapon damage. That is 45% increase in weapon damage at max stacks. Taking damage at max stacks triggers a purge, which removes all stacks and status effects. And then dropping a healing cloud to restore 5% of your max armor for you and all allies. We do have 4 pieces of the Aegis gear set on, which gives 70% increased health, plus 15% additional armor, and the talent is called Stock. Basically, you have on 4 pieces, you get 4% damage resistance for every enemy that is targeting you. The max is 8, so that's 32% increase in damage resistance. This bonus is multiplied by the number of agents in your party, so that is great as well. It comes with a core attribute where we did have an armor core for the core attribute, a 6% critical hit chance mod, and we did put that 12% protection from elite mod up there. The talent that comes on the chest is called Deceit. Enemies targeting your decoy also counts towards the static damage resistance bonus, but we were not utilizing the decoy, so we was mainly using this chest to get the 4-piece bonus, and that was it. For the holster, we do have an armor core for the core attribute with a 12% critical hit damage attribute. For the knee pads, we do have another armor core with a 6% critical hit chance attribute. In the gloves, we do have another armor core with a 6% critical hit chance attribute. For the backpack, it is the Matador, which is his name, Walker Harris. For the core attribute, we do have an armor core with a 6% critical hit chance attribute, armor regeneration attribute, and a 12% protection from elite mod. The talent is called Perfect Adrenaline Rush. Whenever you're within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain 23% bonus armor for 5 seconds. Stacks up 3 times, that is 69% increase in bonus armor. We do have the Crusader Shield with scales with a number of blue and yellow cores, and we do have a Reviver Hive. Just in case you go down, you get a second chance to get back up. In the gameplay, we will not be using any global or seasonal modifiers whatsoever. This build works, no modifiers needed. For the base damage of the rifle, 281,091 weapon damage, 49% critical hit damage with a critical hit, 49% critical hit chance, 74% critical hit damage, and 80% headshot damage. This build has a lot of armor, great for playing legendary content. But as you can see, agents, we have 2,131,892 armor. Well, actually 692 armor. No armor on the kill because of the class specialization, and armor regeneration at 9,850. Or as you can see, 46% protection from elite. Before, we only had 36% on the previous build. We were using the gunner class specialization. This time we are using the survivalist because it automatically gives you that passive, which is 10% protection from elite. I wanted to see would it make a major difference in the gameplay. In my opinion, it doesn't, but this crossbow is a great, especially in the legendary content, to help take out some of those tanks. or any of those tough enemies. So overall, agents, is always up to you when it comes to these builds. These are just templates, things I am using. Always make these builds your own. Another thing that is great about this class specialization is that it comes with incendiary grenades, which set those enemies on fire. Works pretty good to add a little bit of crowd control effect. With that being said, here's a little bit more gameplay. Some of these areas in this game, agents, you will see, I generally would not just run out here with all these enemies out here, because generally in certain builds, especially playing on Legendary, these enemies would really take you down very fast. But some things I do want to mention is that I put this video out and I showed gameplay. Of course, agents, all those who always continues to support me, always have something positive to say. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. It really does mean a lot. And anytime I make a build or show something, agents, I'm not going to just throw a build out there that doesn't work. I'm going to test it out, give you gameplay of me showing, actually utilizing the build before I put it out there. And also, agents, on Legendary, it's totally different than playing on heroic content. These enemies are very aggressive. You have to, even with a build like this, as you can see, I'm not staying static. I'm not staying motion in one spot. I'm moving around because these enemies will try their best to flank you. You got to kind of keep moving. And that is a tip that I do want to give you. Another thing I do want to say is that, and basically just you got to know when to get in cover and when to get back out of cover, because even with a build like this, you see, I do have a lot of armor and I do have a lot of survivability, but these enemies, when they get to flanking, they do a lot of damage. And on Legendary is like fighting, in my opinion, it's like fighting a bunch of rogue agents who are able to spam their abilities, because they will be throwing those drones at you, and all types of grenades and everything will be going at you all at once. With that being said, agents, I appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support. As always, agents, and some factors that will always play a part in the gameplay. I say this all the time. The watch level needs to be at least 1,000 to have all the passes unlocked to be able to do the maximum potential amount of damage you can do before expertise comes into play. Now, weapon expertise right now is at 30%, so that will make a difference. You can do an additional 30% increase in weapon damage, whatever weapon you're using, if that expertise level is at least up to 30%. But agents, a lot of these builds work. I've tested some of these builds out on weapons that I haven't even fully upgraded yet, and it works. It's just, of course, you're not going to be doing as much damage, but you still will be doing pretty decent damage. With that being said, agents, stay strong, stay sharp. D Werewolf out.